So we're talking about generative AI.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
I'm so excited about this. Let's start with your relationship with generative AI.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
I'm a recruiter, and I like to think myself as an early adopter of tech. Whenever there's a cool tech product, I want to try it. And when GPT came out about a year ago, I tried it out, and ever since I've been using AI-powered tools in my daily work to boost my productivity and make my life easier, so to say. So I would like to think that my relationship with AI is growing. Yeah.
I'm just curious. How do you use, let's say, ChatGPT or similar tools?
So as a recruiter, I have my own strengths. I like to think that the technical skills, for example, finding candidates using LinkedIn is something that I'm really good at, and the interviewing, making the human connection there with the candidate, and like transmitting the vibe of the company, like where are you coming, is my strongest suit. But then again, I'm not a novelist. I'm not that good of a writer. So when I started to use ChatGPT, I feel like my quality of the content that I write or co-write it with the AI went up and better. And another valuable or concrete way of using AI for me is to find information using the ChatGPT. I used to use Google to find out like what is this tech jargon or tech word that I heard, and now I can get the context from the AI for in a deeper level. So it's powerful tool for me to understand new things and find out like something else. Yeah.
How do you envision generative AI revolutionizing the hiring process?
I've been thinking about this actually lately. I like to think that AI will be helping us to make recruiters' work more manageable and make the hiring process more efficient. In the daily work of recruiter, there's a lot of repetitive tasks such as interviewing and screening candidates, writing down memos from the meetings with the hiring managers or interview memos. And there's a lot of this kind of time-consuming but important parts of the process that you cannot just like throw away, like let's not do this. And with the help of AI, we can automate these time-consuming tasks and focus on what's important. It's a human connection right here, understanding like what you want to do in your next work or what would be the suitable working environment or project for you. So put the focus on the human connection that requires time, and AI is here to save time for recruiters. So I think that will be the most revolutionizing aspect when it comes to AI integrating to hiring process.
Like let's put it this way: how much, like when you prepare yourself for interviewing a candidate, how much did you use time for that before? How much it has changed with the help of AI?
I would say that you should at least use 15 minutes reading CV and reading the profile in general, like what kind of experience the person has coming to this interview. And of course, you need to know the role specifications, like what are you trying to hire for the company. And time used for this before the interview is around 15 minutes, but let's be honest, when you're jumping from the meeting to another, it can be more shorter time. But with help of AI, I think there is not that much help like preparing to the interview unless there are new profile you are trying to hire. For example, I haven't ever recruited a director of design, so I would like to go in deeper, like what kind of experience it should the person should have. So in this kind of work, it makes the information gathering more easy. But yeah,
there's been some concerns. I mean, we're talking about diversity here. There's been some concerns how biased an AI algorithm can be. What do you think? How can we ensure fairness and diversity in the hiring process when we're utilizing a generative AI?
That is a very important topic and a good question. We can let's just start with a quick story. Actually, it's a horror story based on the real events and real life. Back in 2018, a big American corporation introduced AI recruitment system, and the idea was quite smart. They wanted to use AI to screen candidate profiles since they got over thousands of applications per week. So to reduce the amount of human labor needed to do the recruitment. But it didn't turn out that well. Company was operating in a male-dominant industry, and since the AI was trained on the data of over a decade of applications, at some point they recognized that the AI was favoring male candidates over the female ones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they even noticed that the system started penalizing the females that attended all-female colleges. So as we can see here, there's a real challenge and a real threat that it can be favoring some groups in the recruitment process. And now, I'm not a technical person, but my 2 cents, like how to ensure the fairness when using AI, is to train the AI with the data that is diverse enough, and of course, it needs some quality control, and the quality control has to be handled by the human being. So ensure that you still stay on the driver's seat instead of like outsourcing your decision making to robots. Like 5 years ago, I didn't know like how does AI look or what you can do about it. I've heard about the chatbots, but to me they were just like message templates. And so it's been
jump,
very
it's a huge leap. Yeah, wow. Continuing from there, what do you think? What challenges or ethical considerations should companies be aware of when adopting generative AI for recruitment?
Yeah, so 3 points here. And the first being data privacy and protections. Companies must make sure that the candidate's personal information is handled by laws and regulations. And for example, I wouldn't recommend you to put the candidate's resume or any information to ChatGPT or other similar products. So that's the first one. The second one is the lack of human touch. Recruitment is all about interaction and transmitting the feeling, like feeling what's the company like and what's the people in the company like. So our reliance on AI can make the process feel less personal. And for people that value human connection, it might turn off them. So that's a real risk for the company that using AI also. And then the skills and training. Every other tool, AI products are tools that needs to be learned. And I've seen already the gap from the technical skills of people working in a modern environments. And I fear that this gap will be bigger if organizations are not willing to train their people to use these tools. And at the same time, there are many tools out there. So how to keep up and with every other products that the company is using. So it can be a risk there as well. Like rewinding back in the time when I started recruitment about 6 years ago, there were no options available to interview candidates remotely. So now we are doing that on a daily basis. So in a way, we already lost some human touch there. So when this advancement of technology will go further, I think the first round of interview that is now handled by really human, it can be done by AI. Maybe the AI will scan your face and your emotions, and I don't know. That's maybe some skiffy stuff, but I can sense that we are losing the human touch in the recruitment. Yeah.
That's quite scary.
It
Think
is.
about it.
It is.
Let's dive into that more deeply. How do you see how human recruiters could be evolving their roles in the world where well, generative AI is assisting their work?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Having worked in the recruitment for 6 years, I've already seen how the role has evolved more in the versatile skill sets where you need to be able to understand and do a bit of copywriting and digital marketing and interviewing people and understanding business. I think it's a bit overwhelming for me and other people as well. There's a lot of responsibility, a lot of ad hoc work you need to do. So with the help of AI, when we're starting to automate these manual bits of work, I think the recruiter's role will shift more towards of generalists that will oversee things. You don't need to be excellent or very good at anything. You can use the AI to shorten these gaps and focus on the strategic level thinking or like human connections there. So the future recruiter skill set would be tech savvy people that knows how to use the tech and knows how to interact with and communicate with the people. Yeah.
Well, so what's the right balance between human intuition, human connection, and AI in finding the right match and making the best hiring decisions?
Yeah, if you would have asked this like 1 year ago, I would say that it's not a real problem right now. But now I'm thinking about it. I can see when I scroll LinkedIn that there's an AI generated content, and I'm thinking about like what's the right balance. Is it right to use the AI to illustrate your web pages? So what's the right balance there? But my sentiment is quite simple here. I would say that stay in the driver's seat. Use AI, its abilities to analyze data and predict patterns as an insight that you use for your decision making. So make decisions. Don't let AI make the decisions for you. And more concrete example, we were talking about like candidate screening with the assistance of AI. AI can surely help with this. Basically, it means they can summarize your CV or move the candidate in a pipeline in certain position. But it doesn't mean that you should like just blindly follow these suggestions by AI. This just help you to make your work a little bit easier. But it's good to remember that even though you make the decisions, there are certain factors that might have a effect on your decision. So stay in the driver's seat. Think about like how AI can help you, and then use it as a tool.
So maybe keeping that image in mind, what's the essential part that makes us different? I mean, us as human beings different than AI. Something that an AI can't replace.
Well, we're here having a good talk. I can sense the feeling. I can sense your energy, and AI. It can transmit the feeling or emotions or vibe or whatever you want to call it. While AI can be used to provide you valuable insight, it lacks the human touch, lack of moral judgment, ability to understand the context in a way that humans do. So I think that cannot be replaced in any scenario in many years. Maybe in some skiffy movies it can be, but the feeling, the vibe, the energy, it cannot be transmitted by the AI.
So what's the effect of the vibe? How does it translate into productivity?
It doesn't have to. it doesn't have to, and that's beautiful. Like we are measuring all kind of metrics, like how we can be more fast and use less resources. But this kind of vibe doesn't have it. It's not. You cannot. It's abstract. You cannot measure it. So at least we have that advantage as human beings.
Let's talk about results because everybody loves them.
Yes.
Can you share some success stories where companies have, have benefited from integrating generative AI into their recruitment processes and strategies?
Not sure if it's a greatest success story, but still we are learning how to use AI on a personal level, like me as a recruiter on my daily work, and then on more team level, so to say. So how we as a team and recruitment unit can utilize the recruitment at Vincit. And so far, the findings has been positive. We have been talking about the manual bits of the work that could be assisted by AI, and we're already using the recruitment system powered by AI that can suggest needed skills and traits based on role specifications. We can ensure equitable candidate reviews by the hiring managers using the scorecards and traits set by these suggestions. We can draft personalized feedback and messages, and this sounds bad, but even reject messages. And I would like to say that, like I said, it sounds bad, but these reject messages, they lack personality usually. If you apply to the company, you must understand that there are also like tens of applicants also. So giving personalized feedback or on the reject message is really, really time consuming and hard. And then you need to be careful with the emotions because it's a sensitive topic. You get the feeling of getting rejected. So with the help of AI, we can take the information from the candidate memos and compare to the job ad or role requirements. And based on that, we can highlight the points that could be improved. So I think this is an advancement. And my favorite one is the auto-generated meeting summaries from video interviews with the hiring managers and applicants. I'm a fast typer, but I gotta say that when you read it, your memos after interview, you just there's some gibberish and you need to go through those, and so it's very time consuming. But yeah, so far progress. Like I said, we're still on the journey, and hopefully we will find ways to use AI even more in some parts of our recruitment process.
Last question. From the candidate point of view and the applicant point of view, how could they benefit from using an AI tool in their profiles or making their profile to stand out or their application to stand out? What do you think?
Well, I've used ChatGPT to polish my resume, maybe have a sparring partner, like what should I tell in my CV or how would I say it? And of course, I've been reading thousands and thousands of CVs, so I know what I'm doing in that sense. But when a person that is not that familiar with the CVs and stuff, it can be a very valuable asset. And I've noticed already that the people are using ChatGPT and almost to the extent that you can spot the phrases and the words and stuff generated by AI. So there's also pitfall there. You can lose your personality and authenticity if you just use the AI generated text. So remember that only in a bigger corporations are talking about that employ over like tens of thousands of people. They use AI in a screening like fully, but in Finland mainly, in Europe, the smaller and mid-sized companies use AI to help the screening. So human will read your profile eventually. So stay personal, and it will catch the recruiter's eye.
Maybe to end with this, can you throw in some generic phrases of AI in an application or CV?
Yeah, if you open LinkedIn, exciting news. That's a giveaway. That's a huge giveaway. And I'm not saying that you should hide using AI. And maybe it should be even mandatory to tell that this content is created by AI or with assistance of AI. But what else? Embark on this journey. No one in Finland did use the word embark before ChatGPT came. So I know this because I use ChatGPT very much, but I have my own set of prompts, so to an own tone of voice prompt that I can use. So it's simple. My English is not the level of like language algorithm, so I gotta stay honest to myself. Yeah, but there's a couple of giveaways for you.
that's a great one, and maybe to end with also these questions were partially built with the help of AI. So we thank ChatGPT for helping us out. Hey, thank you so much, Mikael, for joining us today.
Thank you, Eero. It was a pleasure.